Alright, this just came in the mail. BOugeRv, however the heck you pronounce it. Y'all can argue in the comment section on the proper pronunciation. I'm doing this with one hand. Alright. I bought this there's a big dent in the box. There's nothing wrong with it. I bought this to replace my Harbor Freight Thunderbolt 50 amp solar charge controller, because the Harbor Freight one, it's what is it, PWM, it cannot safely charge lithium batteries. Open this up. Nice foam. You got your user manual that of course I'm going to read. It has built-in Bluetooth. This is the temperature sensor. It just plugs in to the unit. Two-sided tape. You'll put it on your battery. If your lithium battery does not have built-in what is it, cold weather shut off, where you don't damage the battery. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be running my AGM batteries. I'm gonna continue running them for now, but at least with this, when I do upgrade to lithium batteries, I'll be ready. And what was I about to say? This can charge flooded lead acid, AGM, gel, lithium. It can charge it all. And my converter that converts 110 volts or 120 volts to 12 volts, it can charge, they can do the same. It can charge all battery types. You just gotta adjust the settings. But this is pretty cool, again, because it has Bluetooth built in, and it can do everything I need it to do. Nice. That's where you plug up, hook up your stuff right there. And then this cover slides on. Yeah, comes with these. That's everything. I think this is for 10 gauge, but that's everything that's in the box. All right, let's get in the trailer. The fan is going. LED lights. Screen, of course. A floating shelf here. Floating shelf here. My coffee pot. Another floating shelf. Paper towel, microwave, refrigerator, DVD player, TV. Hooked up to the internet. This shelf is where I keep charging cords, the remote controls for the TV and so forth. And I have running water. That's my sink. That's my gray water, my fresh water pump, hot water heater. I think I'm gonna take this sliding door out and replace it with a curtain, because a curtain will be so much lighter. So I mean, every pound counts. This is my toilet under here. I actually made this. I have a video of me making it. That's my folding table, a bunch of folding chairs, sleeping bag. So what I'm about to do is move all this stuff out of the way because my electronics are under there. And this, I can monitor the voltage of the battery and stuff from under there or from here. I got USB 12 volt. If I turn this on, it tells me my voltage 12.9. And this is my transfer switch that I made up. This is a 3-position switch. All the way down is inverter. All the way up is the 125 volt 30 amp inlet on the outside, shore power, and in the middle is off. I did a video on how you wire up that switch. You get that switch, it's a regular switch from Amazon, 3-position. All right, so now we can get in here, slide this open, and here we go. This is my 30 amp. I made this up. This is a 125 volt 30 amp adapter, so I can adapt the RV inlet on the trailer, twist lock, and the locking ring to a regular, excuse me, what is it, 15 amp, I think it is. Yep, 15 amps if needed. That's my solar in from the outside. That's my shore power in. My breaker box for my 110 volt outlets. I got 3. I got one there. I got one there. And I got one behind the vacuum cleaner right there. And I know I'm rambling on because this is about the BOugeRv solar charge controller. That's my 1500 watt inverter, Harbor Freight. That's my Thunderbolt solar charge controller. 13.2 volts is what this is pumping out to the batteries. That's my PowerMax converter. It's converting 120 volts to 12 volts. It charges the batteries and it provides 12 volts to my lights and my fan and my 12 volt out stuff. I need to start labeling stuff. I forgot what this switch was for. I think this turns that off. Let me see. Yep, see the light went off, but now it's running off of batteries, so the fan and the lights are still on. But if I want this back on, I just hit the switch, lights back on, and you hear the fan speed picked up a bit, and now we're at 14.6 volts, because basically it was in float mode. Now it's basically in boost, so it's pumping out some juice. But that's what in here looks like. My manuals, I always keep my manuals. And that's my heater, electric heater. All right, this is the star of the show right here. This is the BOugeRv MPPT solar charge control. And this is my old, this is the instructions from my old PWM. See the difference in size? Oh my goodness. So let's get that out and get this in. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is turn off the power to the converter. That green glow can go away. Alright, so that's off. Now we're going to grab our impact driver and remove the screws holding that to the wall. It's Phillips. Yep, it's Phillips.
And everything, I don't know if you can see, but all my wiring, all my 12-volt wiring is 10 gauge. Matter of fact, I'm gonna turn the fan and the lights off, take all the load away. What I like about have it like this, where the load comes out from the controller also, I can set the low power cutoff and stuff through the controller. A lot of lithium batteries, you can set the low power at the battery using the app or whatever. But with the MPPT, most MPPTs, you can, and this, the PWM, I can, this had it preset, I think it was 10.9 volts, it automatically cuts off. But you can actually turn the output to the 12 volt on and off right here. So now I'm gonna disconnect the wires from here and connect them to the BOugeRv.
I got the solar hooked up, the battery hooked up. See, with the battery and the load, you skip one. So this is battery negative, battery positive. This is load negative, load positive. The solar is just next to each other. Once you get power to it, that's what the display comes alive. So let's hook up the load, then we can mount it to the wall.
Look at the difference in size. That's a major size difference. And just like that, we switch from PWM to MPPT. I don't know if you can see the screen, I doubt it. The screen is lit, so what we're gonna need to do is we need to get the instruction manual. There it is. We got the user manual. Alright. This is how you switch battery types. The presets are pretty cool. It comes standard at sealed lead acid battery. But what you do is you go to where you see voltage. There you go. You see volt, you hold down select. These will start to blink. And you just scroll through. You can use either button. One will take you up, one will take you down, makes a difference. Alright, we're all the way down. If you go the other way, all three again. You're in mode 2, mode 1, hold down the enter button. This is basically the view. This is the view screen. It's going to turn off, then turn back on. Basically, it's taking the change that you made. Alright, it's back on. I don't know if you can see it. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit the button. We're going to go until we, right there. B1 means seal lead acid. And if you hold this down from this screen, you can scroll through the battery. So we got seal lead acid. Let's go the other way. We got seal lead acid. We got gel. We got flooded lead acid. We got lithium. And we got custom. So you can set your own right there. And then it'll go back to seal lead acid. To make your selection, hold down the enter button. Boom. So now we're back to seal lead acid. That is what we're set at. Then what you do is you scroll through. I like to go until this is what seems to work for me. When I see volt, I hold it down. The little bars on the top right will start blinking again. It's blinking. I want all three. All three, that's basically the normal mode. Hold it down. Boom. So we're back to where we're at. It's going to turn off to take the change. It's showing the battery capacity right now. And boom, it's back on. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, my fan and my light just kicked back on. So we're good. The app is awesome. That's what the app looks like. You can have multiple ones here, so you can add whatever. If you got a smart BOugeRv battery, the battery could be here also. But anyway, you hit this, boom, it launches. It's showing 95%. It's real time. You do history, parameter set. So basically it's showing, if the solar was hooked up, it would be showing the voltage coming in and the current coming in, obviously the power. The battery is showing the battery is at 13.1 volts, 0 amps, 0 watts. And temperatures is showing the battery temp, but like I said, make sure this thing's still recording. It's showing the battery temp, which is incorrect, like I said. Just like it showed on here, this is just remotely. That's incorrect because the probe is not hooked up. The control is 93 degrees. What else we got here? The load is showing again the voltage 13.1. The current, the amperage is 1.97, 1.96. That's my LED lights. I got all the LED lights on, and the fan is on high, exhausting the heat out of the trailer, and 25 watts of power. Alright, which is pretty cool. Alright, let's see what else we got. If we go to parameter set, system voltage, it's set at 12 volts. You could change that. You could change it to 24 volts or auto. It's a 12 or 24 charge controller. Of course, with 12, confirm. That's simple. You could do it on the unit also, like I said, but it's so much easier in the app. Battery type, remember all the crap we had to go through to change it on the actual unit? You come here, hit that, freaking select your battery type. That's simple. Where seal lead acid, hit confirm. That's simple. Charging switch, I could turn the charging on and off right here, just tapping that. Export mode, we're going to leave that off. I'm no expert at this. Excuse me. Charge settings, it comes preset at 40. I dropped it down to 20. There's no need to be just jamming freaking current into my battery. I ain't got no panel yet anyway, so I just dropped it down to 20. Boost charge is 14.4. Boost time is 120 minutes. Boost charging reconnect 13.2. Float is 13.8. I checked that. That is correct. Alright, that's all cool right there. So we're gonna come out of there. Discharge settings. Again, this is preset and I love it. It's really, really close to the Harbor Freight PWM charge controller as far as the settings go. The over discharge is 11.1 volts. The Harbor Freight PWM, remember this is MPPT. The Harbor Freight was 10.9. This is 11.1. Over discharge is 12.6 volts. Meaning once it does the low voltage cutoff, it won't cut back on until you get up to 12.6 volts. Over discharge delay 5 seconds. I think that's like the surge. I'm not sure. Don't quote me. Excuse me. Under discharge alarm is 12 volts, which I'm cool with that. So once it hits 12 volts, it'll let me know. Once it hits 11.1, it'll cut itself off. But at 12 volts, I can cut it off or ramp up charging, or just cut the load. That again, that's pretty cool. That's standard. I didn't change anything in there. Load settings, light control delay 60 seconds. Light control voltage 5 volts, and load mode is normal. I just leave that. I touch nothing in there as of right now. No need to. But again, the app is really, really, really simple. Really, it's like stupid easy on the app. On the controller, once you figure it out, once you figure out which mode you need to be in, the 3 bars in the top right, it gets easier. But with the app, anyone can do it. If I could do it, you could do it. But again, the main reason that I upgraded Harbor Freight Thunderbolt PWM to the BOugeRv MPPT is because I know eventually I'm going to be upgrading my AGM batteries to lithium, and this can do all battery types. This can only do lead acid. But that's it. That's where we're at.